Hey, in today's video, I'm going to talk through my favorite sparkling wines from the US that are under $30 and generally easy to get, so you can pick a good one for New Year's Eve perhaps. And there'll be a splurge. Hey, welcome back to Drinking It In. I am your host, Chris Casara. We are here to help you know more and drink better, and today, talking US sparkling wines. Less than $30, easy to find for your New Year's Eve. And I'm also going to give you a splurge. And it's not splurge in a way that it's going to be so much more than $30, but it's definitely more than $30 and something you might have to kind of seek out, right? It'll be a little harder to find. So I think we're going to start the list with Gloria Ferrer Brut. This one is crisp and full. Actually, I have. Let me show you the bottle that we have. Now, overall, their wines are crisp and full and like really delicious. They do non-vintage. They do vintage. They also do special anniversary cuvées. So this is a magnum of their 2013 Carneros Rosé, sparkling rosé. This we got when we were at we did a tasting at the winery called Bubbles and Bites, and it was really, really fantastic, right? I didn't know anything about Gloria Ferrer before we went out and visited them in Sonoma, and had some of their non-vintage wines, which is the one I'm talking about here for you to purchase, Gloria Ferrer Brut. We had several vintages, and as well as rosés, and they were all one better than the other. So you see Gloria Ferrer, a very reliable name. I think I just bought some bottles recently. $21 was the price on it. So depending on where you are, easy to get under 30 bucks. Second one we're going to talk about is Gruet. Now, Gruet Brut or Rosé, right? White or pink. Fantastic. I'm going to call it a budget sparkler, right? $14.99, anywhere between $13 and $17. You're gonna find this wine very well distributed, and it's just always so good. It's my official tailgating wine at the Slipknot concert. I bring a bottle of Brut Rosé. I keep trying to get others to drink with me, but they all want to just drink their beer. So more Gruet Brut Rosé for me. You'll also see a Sauvage bottle offering. It's a little higher end, a little less traditional that they do. Those are really good too, but I always, and you can have those for under 20 bucks. But I always go back to the Brut or the regular rosé. What I still find that I can't quite wrap my mind around is that they are based in New Mexico, and they're doing all their grape growing in New Mexico. That doesn't even make sense. So this is sort of the old reliable when it comes to a retail store purchase. Next one I'm going to talk about, I'm not really going through these in any order now that that I've realized I'm not alphabetical, not by price, not by area. So just sort of a random 6 for you to consider. Argyle, they do a vintage Brut. I think in the one that you're going to see in this graphic, it's like a 2019, not 100% sure, but they do a vintage Brut that are usually in the upper 20s. Fairly, decent distribution, fairly easy to find. You've seen their Pinot Noirs, and these guys are based in Oregon. You've seen their other wines, Pinot Noir specifically. I want to say Pinot Grigio, or Pinot Gris as well. You might notice a different angle, maybe a different volume level, because my microphone gave out as I started to talk about Argyle. So what I wanted to say about Argyle is, I love their vintage Brut, right? Very reasonable, great value. Something else that you can do with them is if you wanted to step up in class, and this is seriously up in class because you're going to spend well over $100 for the bottles. They do an extended tirage version of their sparkling wines, which means they let the wine sit on the lees for 10 years before they bottle the sparkling wine, and it gives the wine just an incredible texture and weight from being on those dead yeast cells for a decade. Worth splurging on. It's not to splurge, but worth splurging on. Sparkling wine to consider, Domaine Chandon. Now, this one tends to be either Brut or Rosé. Their basic or their entry level cuvee. This tends to be the one that appears on wine lists and in hotels more often than any others. There are a couple of times where we were welcome to a hotel with a glass of bubbly and it happened to be Domaine Chandon. A lot of times you'll see them on a wine list by the glass. You get the little bottle, a little split. So it's like, you can always be happy if that is the only option by the glass that they may have on U.S. sparklers, and you don't want to go Prosecco. Domaine Chandon, excellent stuff. Another winning U.S. sparkler, Schramsberg. Schramsberg has an entry-level brand called Mirabelle. I love their Mirabelle Brut. That wine can be had for $20 or so. The Schramsberg Blanc de Blancs, fantastic, right? Especially if you like the sparkling wines that are made just from Chardonnays. It's going to cost you a little more, but definitely a winner as well. Lastly, I have, we're going to go local. You're not going to get this in your local wine shop, but if you happen to be in Rhode Island or in New England, stop by the Newport Winery. They do a frizz, and it's a pet nat style. It's a little wilder, right, than your normal sparkling wines like we've been talking about that are going to be very consistent and similar style year to year. But a lot of fun, not funky at all, but it's really good, really lively. We've done a couple of tastings there. I've done their fire dinner where they do 5 different courses and 5 different wines. Just really good quality wine overall. But their frizz is a winner. The Splurge. Let's talk about the Splurge. Domaine Carneros Brut. Now, it's not overly expensive. I think it gets closer to $50. But I find that the wines from Domaine Carneros, another one from Carneros in Sonoma, like Gloria Ferrer, like Domaine Chandon, just full and luscious in a way that the other wines don't quite have. It's a weight thing and texture that the Domaine Carneros wines have. And if you want to splurge, go up a little. Instead of getting 2 bottles of one of these guys that I've just talked about, you get 1 bottle of Domaine Carneros. Happy New Year to you. One wine that will pop up quite a bit that is perfectly fine it's great quality. It just never resonated with me is the Louis Roederer Anderson Valley Brut. They're the big champagne house from France. They own a winery out in Anderson Valley. They make bubbly over there. Good wine. I've had it a couple of times. It never really resonated with me, but something to be on the lookout for and worth a try. I hope this gives you plenty of options for New Year's Eve and just for any Tuesday as well. We should drink sparkling wine all the time. You don't have to just have it for celebration. Thanks for all the love in 2024. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me going into this 2025 to have you as a subscriber, to have you here every time I do a video. I'm going to be doing a lot more video in terms of volume in 2025. It's one of my goals. So I hope you join me on the journey, and I will see you soon.